Hey, it's Natasha from YMO Homeschool, and I am here to do a review on Life of Fred Edgewood. But first, I want to show you these adorable little dolls. These are the Life of Fred dolls. This is Fred, and this is Fred's doll, Kingy. And so these characters are throughout every single book. Now, I was going to purchase these off of the author's website. The set is $30 for these, and compared to my hand, like this one fits in my hand, they're not very big. So $30 is, quite expensive for these little guys. But I had asked on the Life of Fred Homeschoolers Facebook group if anyone had them and if they were worth the money, because I was thinking about getting them for the girls, and somebody said, "Oh, I have those. We don't use them. I'll send them to you." And she just mailed them to me. She wouldn't even let me pay shipping. And these seriously made my girls so happy. So, in conclusion, I don't really think it's worth $30. However, it could be worth $30 if your kids really love Life of Fred and this would just make their world. Then it's worth the money. So, but the dolls themselves aren't necessarily worth $30. But to make your kids happy may be worth $30. But I was so excited to get these. So, of course, everybody wants Fred. So they are switching off each day. One gets Fred, one gets Kingy. Next day, they switch. So they're not constantly fighting over them. Okay, so on to the Life of Fred Edgewood review. Oh, switch over this way, please. Okay, so I really, really liked this book. So a couple of Life of Fred books I've been like, kind of weird, but we've pushed through because my kids have really enjoyed it. And I've been seeing fruits of the labor, so to speak, because I see them improving in their math skills. So, and they really do just love it. But this book in particular, I really enjoyed. And there was nothing weird in this book. So the plot of this story is that, Fred is, of course, a professor at a university. He's 5 years old. And the professor says that he wants everybody to go see the world, and the computer assigns all of the faculty and all of the students to go to a specific place. So Fred is assigned Edgewood. And so it's the story of how Fred takes the bus to Edgewood, and the bus breaks down, and he ends up at this home of this family. And these chapters where he's at this home of this family were kind of heartbreaking, because it was like he was reminiscing and wishing he had a family, and I was just so sad about that. I was like, poor Fred. Now, so far, we haven't got to why Fred doesn't have a family. I think that's actually in the high school books, I want to say trigonometry or something. I think it does give the background of the story. So, but we really, really enjoyed this book, and it has, a happy ending and all is well. So I won't give away too much of the plot, but that's basically what happens. And there were some Christian themes tied in, and so it was really great. It also talked about, I thought this was hilarious, it talked about electronic babysitters, TVs and video games and things like that. So the author really does have a funny sense of humor, and sometimes it's overboard, but in this book it wasn't overboard. Fred still doesn't eat in this book. In fact, Fred has never eaten in all the books we've read so far. So I don't even know if my kids really pick up on that, but that's the only thing that's kind of weird, is that they never eat, that he never eats, but it is what it is. So the main thing that they learned in this book, it was not new to my third grader, but to my first grader it was addition with caring. And so she has not been introduced to that yet in her math curriculum, but she was introduced to it here, and she caught on really easily. There was 3 sentences on it, and then she's like, oh, boom. I was like, oh, okay. So I'm super impressed with just the way that this author is able to connect to the kids. Like, they are able to figure this out. It's just really, I don't know, really easy. It talks about all kinds of things like phases of the moon. And I've said it before, but you could make a complete unit study out of a Life of Fred book. Like, if you're super creative, you can make this like your core curriculum, and this would count as like math, of course, but then you can pull all the different topics out of it for science and language arts. I mean, it covers so much. In fact, let me see if I can tell you what this covers. It covers like, it has like an addition game in here, like that the kids are playing, like you could play that. It covers poetry, Egypt, exclamations, Orion constellation. It covers north, south, west, east, just, I mean, all kinds of stuff. So we really like this book. It didn't have anything strange in it, had some good morals in it, and our little dolls made it even better. So if you really do have a Life of Fred lover, these might be a great Christmas gift, because, I mean, come on, like, they're pretty cute, you know. I mean, they're not cute, they're like so ugly, they're cute, you know what I mean? But anyways, so there's my review. This is a great one. Really good content, really good math, and was very happy with it. So thanks for watching.